Alrighty guys, so how's she going today? So it's sunny out. It's not very cold. I mean, it's cold out, but it's not very warm out either. And there's a slight north breeze going on, so it's just not very nice out. So got the van driving around, doing what I don't know. But supposed to slowly start warming up here. I think in the next day or two, it's supposed to get in the 30s a little bit, and then into the 40s after that. So we'll see. I don't know why they sit there and predict the damn weather, because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. So they should just shut the damn mouth and not get paid for lying. That's basically what they're doing. So anyways, I got the parts for the 1586 here. If you guys are wondering what I picked up, I figured I'd just make a quick video on it. It's nothing special, but this one's going to be for in the cab, and these other two are for the outside of the back of the tractor. And these little ringy thingies, these things are right there. Those are those rubber mounts for the lights. That's how if you go to replace a light on an 86 series international tractor, that's what holds your light on, and then plus the wiring. But this is supposed to just have these little notches right here, and there's another one over here, and then one right here. After, you know, however many years of being on a tractor, those things tend to break off. The original ones that were on, I mean, all the ones that are on the tractor are probably shot, but I haven't touched the front headlights yet. I've only touched the rear lights. So I've replaced all the work lights on the back, and I unfortunately have broken those little tabs off. These are actually a lot more flexible too, surprisingly. So I bought two of them because both of them are loose. One's actually completely, like, one of them's not even hardly even staying on there. The slightest bump in it, and then the light would fall off. The only thing that would probably hold it on would be the wiring then after that, but it's not good when your light's, you know, pointing down to the ground. It's harder on the wiring too. So these are obviously slightly different. Maybe it's just the way they make them nowadays, but I know that the original ones, they always had like a little cut in them. I don't know if that was to make them more flexible when removing them, but obviously we have done better with our rubber products, so you know, you can kind of get away, I think, with that now. So your light pretty much just slips inside this little ring here, pretty much, and then that's it. And then you have to line these notches up, and they should pop right in those little holes. So I bought two of those for right now. These are $15 each on rrtractors.com. I don't know what Case IH would want for them, so probably about the same. But with RRR Tractors, you get free shipping if you live within the United States. It doesn't matter how much. Well, some products, some items don't have free shipping, but most of them do. So $15 free shipping with those. Like I said, this was for the back of the cab for the rear work lights. I'm probably going to replace the front. Well, I am going to replace the front work lights as well, but the next light on the front that I'm going to work on is actually going to be on the left cab, or left side of the cab. That red piece of plastic that the light mount sits in is actually cracked, so that needs to get replaced, and that's going to be a $50 part. And I also want to replace the taillights on the back of my tractor too with LEDs. But it's all these little things that you have to fix too because they're annoying. So I got two of those, so that'll take care of the rear work lights. I picked up a little something in the cab, for the cab. It's in this tiny little box. Okay. Now apparently this will fit all IH tractors. They don't say which models it'll fit. Apparently it just fits them all. So what this is, I've already opened it. Well, I mean, I didn't really have to because I knew what I ordered anyway. But you guys don't want to know what it is. It's something that's been missing for a while. Okay. So I will have to tear the dash apart once again. But if you can see what this is, if you can read that, it says lighter. This is a cigarette lighter, and this is actually the complete set too. What I'm missing though is actually just this part. But I'm going to go ahead and replace this part anyway, because it looks like it's just basically two wires. I suppose one's a ground and one's a positive or something. I don't really know. That actually might be the grounds. There could be 3 wires. I don't know. I don't know what this looks like inside my dash yet. So I don't know what this is supposed to thread into. There's some threads here. So I'm not too sure what this is supposed to thread into, if anything at all. Kind of doesn't really matter, I suppose. Oh, this comes apart too. I just noticed that. So technically, this. Okay. Yeah. See, I guess somehow you stick that. I mean, this all has to go together. I got to figure that out. I didn't see that part, but I'm not sure how this even goes together yet. I got to see how the old one comes apart. But I'm going to just go ahead and replace it all because I have it here anyway. I was hoping that I could have just ordered this, but they didn't. They didn't sell that. So I know that the old timer, when he bought his 986, he was missing one of these as well. I don't know where these things go. I don't know. But he was able to just buy that. That's all. So because everything else worked, and I don't know if this part still works on my tractor, but I'm just going to go ahead and replace it all anyway. So how all this goes together, I'm not 100% sure. Obviously somehow it threads in there, but what this threads into, I don't know. I'll find out when I tear. You can see how that threads in and out like that. So I can't pull it back out. It threads in there, but it's kind of a loose thread fit, so I don't really care for that. But it's the way they designed it, so don't yell at me. So then basically, once you thread all that, put it together, then this just slips in there, okay? And these things, somehow, they're able to figure it. I don't know how they designed them. But when these things, because see what happens is that I mean, some of you guys know how these things work, but for those that don't, basically what happens is that when the tip of this touches the inside of that, it creates heat. You know, of course it runs off your battery, and then it gets it steaming hot, and that's how you light your cigarette. Okay. So, but when you push this in, like right now it's pushing all the way, so right now this would be heating. And then when it gets to a certain temperature, this would automatically pop out. It wouldn't explode out, but it would pop it out. See how this is kind of doubled right here? See that? So, yeah. Like I said, I'm not sure how this is actually supposed to all go together yet, but once you hear that pop, then you quickly take this out and then you light your cigarette. If you wait too long, then it'll get cool. So how all this exactly goes together, I don't know. I gotta tear the old one apart, but it's gonna be a little bit hard to go off that because I'm missing this part. I'm missing this whole entire piece. So, and I don't know if this is like the original look or not, but it is what it is. But I know that I still have this part inside. Now, yeah, I could just go stick this inside of that and then just, you know, save this for a later date, but you might as well just go ahead and replace it in case there's something wrong with the old one. You know, if it's easy, should be a pretty easy fix. So this was, I don't even remember what the hell I paid for this. Maybe 25. Maybe, well, the total order was $55, and these are $15 each, and then whatever this was to equal up to $55. That's what I paid for it. For just these three little things, it cost me 55 bucks. But I think this was the most expensive part, though. But see, it's the complete set. I really just wanted this, but you can't buy them separately. You probably can somewhere, but where I don't know. So it's just easier just to get the complete set, because then at least I can go ahead and replace the whole thing, you know, and then I don't have to worry about any wiring for a while. So that was another thing that was missing on the 1586. Was a cigarette lighter. So now, yes, I don't smoke, but it's these small minor details that annoy me. Okay. You know, it's these little things that can get on your nerve. You know, when you're missing something so freaking tiny, then you have to spend a fortune to fix them. So that's what I'm going to do. So that would be interesting to put in. I actually probably could do this today if I wanted to, because I would be inside the cab, but I don't know. We'll see. But that's what I'm missing. Okay, it's just a cigarette lighter. I hope this will even fit. They said all International tractors are all IH tractors, so I'm guessing it will fit. So I'm never going to use it, obviously, but it's more just for looks. You know. So that's what I ordered for the 1586, and then those light things. So that's what I ordered. It's a cigarette lighter. It's the complete kit too, so that's nice. That was like 25 bucks, I believe, and then these were 15 each. You know, so 25 something dollars, whatever. I probably could also install these today, but with it being kind of a bit nibbly out, I'm a little bit too worried that maybe the cold will kind of wreck these things. I probably could go try, I suppose. These have been in the house for a few hours, so if I could get them on before they cool off, that would be the best thing to do, because once they get cold, then once I get them on, they're never coming off unless the light dies or whatever. But those LED headlights or the work lights should last, you know, many years, especially since I'm not using them that much. But we are slowly fixing her up. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Doing all the small things, and then we'll get into all the major stuff probably next year. I know to replace the air conditioner compressor part, I think even just a pump part alone is like $250. Never mind all the new hoses and stuff that you can order too, which I don't know if I need to order new hoses because I think these are just fine, but if you wanted to replace the whole thing anyway, you know, it's more than. And Triple R Tractor does sell those as well, all those air conditioner parts. They even sell the gas that can go in those compressors now too. The last time I was on Triple R Tractors, of course, was when I ordered that second work light for the back. They were kind of a small company, like they were small, right? And they've actually grown since the last time I was on their website, which wasn't all that long ago, which I think was actually, what, a couple of months ago probably. So, yeah, they've actually expanded. They have a second shop now. They have 2 new service trucks, on the road service trucks. I guess they can hit the road too. They can come to you. Because they're not within my area. They're wherever they're at. They can now drive around a little bit more now. Like I said, they picked up more trucks. They picked up more ground to sell their stuff on, and they've actually added new things to their to sell. Before, all they would sell was their, like, I'm going to use their AC parts for an example. All they would sell for air conditioning and heating was hoses, the compressors, and then the blowers, and then those kind of parts. But they never did ever sell the gas that would go in your compressor. Now they sell that. They sell like 2 or 3 different kinds, but so they are adding to their list. Now if they would just get the tilt steering kit for these tractors, that'd be awesome. I wish Case IH would start making them again. Someone really needs to tell them that. Like, you have whoever makes these parts. I don't know if it's Case IH that actually makes these, or if these are a different company, but I think Case IH could start making those tilt steering kits again. I'm sure they must have the blueprints for that. They're just in a vault somewhere, It's like, I understand it costs, even back then in the 70s when they were making these things available, I'm sure they were still tacking on $200, to have that kit installed. It's like, well, just do it today. And, I suppose they would charge more, but I think the thing was that back in the 70s and behind that, and all those years before that, still, tilt steering was not really a high demand option. Not like today. Nowadays, every car, every tractor, small and big, have tilt steering kits in them. My little John Deere X724 has a tilt steering in it. There's not a lot of room there, but it's enough for me. I can get the steering wheel to my comfortable level, and I'm fine with it. Whereas in the 1586 like mine, I don't have that tilt steering kit. I have the telescoping part of it, which doesn't really do you much good anyway. But if you were to get the tilt steering kit, then you'd have both. And my friend's 1086 has that. So that's why I kind of like his 1086 more than mine, because he's got the tilt steering kit in it. So, but unfortunately, apparently you can still get them from Case IH. It's just that you might be waiting a while because they have to see if they can find it sitting on a shelf somewhere. And I don't really know what these things go for. If they went for a couple $100, let's say, for the complete kit, which probably won't happen anyway, then I just save up the money, and then call Case IH or whoever, call everyone that I can think of and just have them look for one, And even if they can find it at a salvage yard, whatever. But apparently I had looked it up online, and one guy said that he called his Case IH dealer, and they were able to find 2 brand new originally brand new, whatever, tilt steering kits. Brand new. And they were from the 70s. Never used. He found 2 of them, and he bought them both. It's like, well, really? That's the kind of thing, is that people are buying them, and they are, when they, I don't know if he used them or not. Maybe he did use them or something, but they're going. And they're going fast. So, that's kind of the reason why I wish Case IH would start making them again. It ain't that big of a deal. If International Harvester was able to do it, why can't they do it? And Case IH is selling those international parts. It's just that now they're called Case IH parts. They're not International Harvester anymore. But you can still make the damn tilt steering kits. I think they could do it. They just don't want to. They don't want to, spend money and time on old equipment. They would rather keep making new equipment and spending all the time and money on that. You know, because these old equipment, they're getting old and they're probably not going to be around too much longer. But, you know, there's still a lot of people that are restoring these things and they need parts for them. And a tilt steering kit would be another nice option to put in those tractors to make them look even nicer, you know. If my 1586 had the tilt steering kit in it, I'd never be selling it then. I would never sell it because they're really hard to find. So since my tractor doesn't have it, I'm not that tempted to keep it. You know, like I am going to keep it, but if it should come down to it to where I want to sell it, maybe get something else, I'm honestly probably going to be okay with selling it because it doesn't have, it's not 100% to my liking. You know, once I get the tilt steering kit in them, then I'm never going to sell it. You know, if the engine should grenade, well then I'll just go find me another 86 series tractor and I'll just put the tilt steering kit in that then. You know, so. But yeah, I'm not selling it. You know, once I get a tilt steering kit in it, I'm keeping it then. So I don't know. We'll see if we can find one for it someday. Can't say it'll be anytime soon, but it is what it is. So anyways, guys, just want to let you know what I bought. If you guys want the links to these parts, to where I bought them from, let me know. This is the cigarette lighter kit. And then these are the light retainers. I think they're called retainers. They're made out of rubber. And you just put your light inside. It'll probably be a tight fit once you get them in here, alright. And then you just line your notch, your little clips up to the holes that are in your mount. And it'll stay in. So I'll probably install these things maybe tonight if I feel like it. I don't know about this though, because I'm going to have to tear the dash apart for that. And this probably won't be too bad, but I would like to get to these. Are getting cold now, so kind of want to get these things up to temperature again before I put them on, just so they're kind of warm and they're more flexible. It's like now they're getting kind of cold, so now they're getting kind of not so flexy, but. That's what I bought. Bought a couple of light retainer thingies. I'm going to need more of these, obviously, but and then I bought that. So, but the next light that I will be replacing for headlights with an LED and of course a new rubber thing will be that front left light on the cab, because that whole red thing around it is actually cracked. The red and black thing, I should say. So I'm probably just gonna. And that part was $50. You can get that from Steiner. You can get it from Case IH. You can also get them from Steiner's as well. So I got 3 options of where I can buy them from, and whatnot. So we're gonna slowly get her fixed up, and hopefully we'll have a decent tractor. You know, by the time we're done. I mean, I don't think I'll ever be done, really, because this is going to probably be a couple years, because we got so much other shit going on that it's just not going to happen. So, a little bit here and there, and we'll be good. So, but anyway, guys, I'm going to take off. I just wanted to let you guys know what I got, in case you guys are curious. Maybe you guys don't give a shit, but whatever. It is what it is, right? So, yeah. Alright, guys, I'm going to take off. So, I guess have a good day and stuff. So, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care easy.